This is my presentation on the notational analysis data of our basketball games. What is notational analysis? Well, notational analysis is an objective way of recording performance so that key elements of that performance can be quantified in a valid and consistent manner. This was written by Hughes in 2004. Well, so in our case, where we recorded data for our basketball game, we can observe their movement patterns, tactical and technical analysis in the game, and record them in our data. I observed my client's movements, which was Alex Coleman, and saw all the techniques and tactical patterns he used in the game. And the 5 tactical and technical patterns he used in the game I've wrote down here. So, tactics to outwit opposition, he used that well. The movement patterns, he ran everywhere, so which was good. Recording alive, so the differences between recording on a phone and the live, like actually being in the basketball game yourself and watching it, and gathering information from data and also strategy. So the basketball performance criteria. This is all you need to do in basketball games. All the criteria you need to do. You can't really do anything else pretty much. So performance criteria in sport is basically what skills and techniques are involved in the sport. For example, you could have free kicks and penalties in football, but in our case we're doing basketball. So if we focus on a point guard, his or her top 3 skills to focus on would be 3-point attempted, layup scored, and 2 points scored. My 5 chosen criteria are 3 points scored, defensive rebounds, steals, offensive rebounds, and assists. 3 points scored is very important in the game, but can be quite challenging to score every time. But if you score a 3-point in a game, it can make a huge difference on the game and the score. The performer needs to be good at this skill, so we can perform them in a game with a good average. Defensive rebounds are also very key in a basketball match, because if your opponent is on the attack and misses a chance to score, and you get the ball from the rebound, then you are straight away on the attack so your team can push up with the ball. Steals can be very important when you correctly steal the ball for the opponent when they're in their own half, and you get the ball, and then you are straight on the way on the attack, as the same as defensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds is when you yourself and the team are on the attack, and the person misses the shot, but the rebound comes back off to you. This is as good as you can have another go at shooting or pass to someone in a better position. Finally, the last criteria of basketball that I've chosen is assists. The methods of notation analysis. So the equipment we used when we were recording it live at the basketball match was a pen, paper, clipboard, and something to record on, which Lynn's obviously did for us. There are different types of ways to evaluate the analysis. The photo above shows me watching the basketball game from the recorded video. This method is very good because you can focus on your person without getting distracted. The only downfall from this method is that when you are tracking where your person is, they could guide the camera shot, so you don't really know where they are or what they're doing. Another method that can be used to observe your person is actually being at the basketball game live. This is also good, but you can get easily distracted by your surroundings, and you can miss key data, so you can miss like someone doing a layup, like your person, which is Alex. When we were tracking their movements, it was quite difficult because the players kept going out of shot, so you couldn't exactly draw the correct lines from where they were going, so you ended up guessing most of the lines in the end. Advantages and disadvantages of notation analysis. So one advantage was it's easily presented and understandable if you put it into a graph on your Excel page. You can see how hard they worked if you were at the live game itself, and also what techniques they used, and you can view them up close and get a better example of what their actually techniques and tactical views were. And when viewing the basketball game from a recorded version, it is less likely for you to get distracted. So when you're watching it from the screen, you should be on your own, so nothing can distract you, and you can just focus on your player. But if you're at a live game, like there's other people talking, you can get distracted. Someone can call your name, and you could look at a foul, but then someone could be playing on and score a key point or something. Disadvantages of notation analysis is data could be very complicated. So the percentages could be, say, 66.66%. This can mess up the data in the end, like for the sum of it. You may not take everything into account. In a live game, you may miss something. As I said in the advantages, you could miss something which could end up badly in the data overall at the end. And Another one I explained, distractions during the live recording could disorientate the overall data collection. So if you miss something, it could affect the overall Excel data. And this is the evidence of notational analysis that I got from Aaron and Charlie, the two people that we compared.